the network allow the club level to do is create a youth entrepreneurship where youth from the US can actually come to Palestine and share things that they've made and exchange ideas, so they could teach each other how to be future, business owners and business developers, so they know that there's someone out there that thinks just like them, and to share these skills. I think also if we could have like a link also under the youth where maybe they could post the things that they made, and they could probably sell it, and that could go back into the youth program. That I'd also like to see for them. And then the second thing that probably between education and youth is having different school counselors maybe come to the youth programs that are already here, on the ground, already working, and helping the kids here as well with their self-esteem or any problems they have. And just the third thing, maybe the folk dance who learn Debke in the US want to come into the refugee camps, want to come into the other centers here, and maybe make a long Debke dance around the West Bank. So just these programs that show the United States and here our culture. It's very important to preserve that.
I think it's important, but I don't promise that Israeli youth can come to here or else can. I think if we can pull this up, that the Palestinian youth can come and tell the narrative in Haifa to Israelis, this would bring more understanding, because the Zionist agenda and narrative is dominating the whole of Israel. I don't promise this, but this is the idea.
We should think about the commons between the Palestinian here, the youth here, and the youth outside Palestine. If we can make projects that related to hobbies, to something interesting, because Palestinian from outside Palestine and inside Palestine, the first hour, the communication between them about their stories and where are they from. But if we can make sessions or clubs about education, let's start with education, because you can find 10,000 civil engineers, Palestinian civil engineers around the world, that they can talk about the same project or the same subject, and it could be the beginning of the interaction between the Palestinians inside Palestine and outside Palestine. This project, we can call it let's find our common, or something like that. Yeah. Shukran.
I was one of the founders of a culture festival in Bethlehem. It's still running. It's called Dandanat. It's a youth festival. And it goes like that, that we gather dancers, modern dancers, rock and pop bands and hip hop bands from Palestine, from Arab 48, and even from the occupied Golan Heights. And we even bring similar groups from Sweden for a weekly festival here in Bethlehem at Dar al-Nadwe, ICB. And the idea is what you, my friend from Colombia, what you were talking about. Not just to expose the Swedish people for how to say, the bad things, but to meet the best of Palestine. The best of Palestine, the beauty of Palestine is the Palestinians, the Palestinian youth. And to experience that life in Sweden, to be a youth, as similar to be a youth here in Palestine. I mean, the same music, the same dance, the same way of dreams, but even to discover that the life conditions are totally different. And then to share these issues in music, in dance, in different kind of culture elements, and during the days we're dealing with workshops. This is one point. And even I want to stress on bringing people to Palestine, Palestinians. But if this will be successful, it should be linked with education or training before, because if they know what they are going to see, the tour here will be much more successful. Combine it with some kind of training courses, education back in their homelands, and then take them for these tours.
Some of the things that I hear are also, like I already know exist. So I think one thing that we should also look into is maybe compiling, because it's impossible to know everything that's out there, programs for Palestinians, for not in Palestine, outside. So maybe also like one of the goals should be to compile them, some kind of searchable database online, something that's accessible so that you know what's out there, what you can build on, what you could work, people you could work with, and then what you can make better instead of duplicating efforts. So I think that's something we should look into.
Can you just summarize it in the bottom line of your submission? What is it?
So like an online database of programs that exist.
An online network, right?
Like on the web, something that we could access for, or in the clubs.
I would suggest that there will be a youth committee inside the Palestine Network, a committee for youth, maybe 5 persons, one from every continent, who only focus and work about the youth. Because I think it's very important that the young people, I know we as adults or grown-ups or what you call us, old people, or have many different thoughts about how the young should do and act and such stuff, but it's not the same when the young, because I have been working with the young people for a long time, and I have done many wrong decisions that they don't care for. So that's my proposal, that these ideas would be nice to give it to the young people by themselves. We have a lot of young people here, and say, what do you think could be the right thing to do?
They know what they want to do. So let's ask them first, maybe do the database and use their experience. They have a huge amount of experience, energy, and love for life that they will find. Most of what we talked about already exists, whether it's a personal or civil society, small groups and big groups, and we could all start with asking them or helping, working with them.
I like this what Maher propose about to have a committee for the youth. I define myself, my own, what I'm doing as a provider. I make it possible for the youth or for other people. I don't want to tell them what to do. I want to listen to them to get ideas. And myself, my organization, which is standing behind me, is have the function to provide all needs to help them. This is from the outside. From the inside, we have our Palestinian friends here. Here you have one who have a sport hall here in Bethlehem, and they are also a provider. So the youth is the one who had to give us concept or a proposal, and we give them help to do that.
I think I have a challenge for all of us here, and the challenge is we are called the Palestine Network. And I think here we can start a foundation stone to build this network. If 5 of us exchange emails and pledge to multiply them and pass them on to 5 other Palestinian or friends of Palestinian children or youths, and let them come together and meet each other and be introduced to each other on the net. We are a network. We're all brothers and sisters, and we have many other brothers and sisters all over the world, and let's introduce each other to ourselves.